You think of Minnesota, you may think of the land of 10,000 lakes, the hot dish, or even being the birthplace of Prince. But did you know the state also has a strong history with the underwear industry? John Lawrenson gives us a brief look at the state's undergarment past and shows us how a set of drawers in one Minnesota museum is helping preserve the state's boxer history.
I love the power objects have to spark curiosity and share stories.
In the basement of the Minnesota History Center, you'll find corridors of giant blue cabinets that are guarded by lock and key. Each one holds an iconic artifact, like Prince's Purple Rain costume.
He actually donated this to us in 1987, so we've been caring for it ever since. So we've got his silk moire coat here, and then of course he, polished off the look with his 4-inch heel boots.
We don't have Prince's undergarments, do we?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay.
That might seem like an odd question, but down here, Prince's Purple Rain is surrounded by a kingdom of underwear.
I think underwear is a really interesting entry point into learning about the history of Minnesota.
Angelica Meyer is the curator of 3D objects, which means she's the gatekeeper for Munsingwear.
Munsingwear was initially founded by George Munsing.
The businessman and inventor moved from New York to Minneapolis at the back end of the 1800s with the goal of making a more comfortable kind of wool underwear.
So he created technology which would plate wool with silk. And so that would case the wool and it would make a really nice knit garment that was very comfortable to wear, which was also breathable.
For more than 75 years, Munsingwear thrived as underwear pioneers. They were ahead of the game when it came to advertising.
Their slogan at the time was, "Don't say underwear, say Munsingwear."
And they were ahead of the game when it came to hiring.
A huge manufacturer. They actually employed the largest amount of women after World War I, which was really interesting to think about.
They were also ahead of the curve when it came to lingerie.
Before Victoria's Secret, there was Munsingwear.
These are sort of more fashion-forward pieces. We have the bra, we have our half slip, and then we have our girdle down here.
In all, they have 3,200 pieces of Munsingwear undergarments when the company liquidated in 1981.
These would take a lot of oil.
Much of their clothing and even some of their machines were donated to the History Center.
This is a knitting machine that was used at Munsingwear in their factory. Our conservators spent almost a year restoring it to bring it back to functionality.
Climate control and lighting are key for this collection. When there aren't visitors, this area is kept in total darkness.
With textiles, dyes are very sensitive to light, and so that's another role that I have as curators, thinking about when do we display things and for how long.
That's why visiting hours down here are brief, for lack of a better word. But a short visit can also be very revealing. Who knew an undergarment could play such a big role in Minnesota history?
For me, it really just comes back to sort of human innovation and creativity and having a portal to really ask questions and just learn more about the world and what's valuable to other people.